there. Welcome to Game Haven Hobby Talk, where we talk about hobbies at Game Haven. I'm Scott. I'm the owner, joined by Max, assistant to the regional manager, and Ray, um, technical wizard and
Repair guy.
Warhammer guru.
Warhammer nerd.
Nerd.
You right.
We're all nerds. It's cool. We don't mind. We do this podcast every other week on Thursdays, and we just kind of talk about stuff that's happening in the store or interesting games that are coming out or really whatever we want to talk about, honestly. So, yeah. So I don't know where to go from here. That's my part. Max, go.
We had an eventful couple weeks. Scott went on vacation.
I did.
It was the 4th of
Everything
July.
went to shit.
Yeah, everything
Max had to
went
fire
horrible.
everybody except for me.
Yeah, I wish. Me and the homies hate Jimmy. No.
Shout out
Everything
Big
did
Jim.
go. Yeah, everything did go really, really bad, but it's fine. We're good now.
I felt so bad that first day that my vacation started. Just all the shit hit the fan, like all at the
Hey,
same time.
basement flooded.
Yeah,
Just-
I was like,
still
hey, I
up.
don't mean to call you on your vacation, but by the way, the basement flooded. So,
Yeah. And then there was a
bunch
supplier
of-
issue, and yeah, it was
yeah,
fun.
it's very fun. Then I don't know what happened Wednesday. Probably something else.
There's something happened Wednesday.
There was
Thursday,
just
Thursday was fairly quiet though. I didn't hear
Wednesday
from
we
you
had
Thursday.
the party.
Oh yeah.
Wednesday we had they were all really nice. It was just a big surprise to us. We actually had the first booking of our private room for an actual party, not
Yes,
related to nerd shit.
True. Big true.
Good group of teens coming in to celebrate a birthday, singing a lot of karaoke. It was a lot of fun just watching them all hang out. I miss being in high school and not having to worry about anything.
Yeah.
And
Fair.
just being able to have a night like that.
So
I had my coach's meeting, so I wasn't able to be there. But yeah, everything it didn't go well. Like there was a lot of miscommunication between everybody. So, but that's just like the background info. We got it all figured out now. So if you're gonna rent out a room, please let us know what it's for. I have like a whole information thing that you got to fill out, and
yeah. We
yeah.
also well, let's just announce it right now. We now have birthday party packages available because one of the big confusions was like, do we have to pay day pass? Oh, I didn't think we had to pay day pass. Blah blah blah. So we just included it all in one easy to pay for package, so that way everybody's happy. So now for I believe the price we agreed on was $60. You get the room for 3 hours, the private room. You get access to all the amenities of the store, and then up to 10 guests. And you don't have to pay day passes for any of them. And of course, the parents are not included in that. They're free as a part of the deal. And then for every 5 guests after that, it's like $20. So it's a pretty discounted compared to like what the full price would be. Plus you get, if you want to use a karaoke machine, if you want to use a projector to play a movie, if you want to use up all the consoles. Although I will request, please, if there is a game installed on a console, don't delete it. It's there for a reason. I should have better locks on all the stuff, but apparently you can't lock somebody deleting something. So
That's
yeah.
because
Yeah.
on your account, you are technically the administrator, so it will never ask for your permission on stuff.
Exactly. So please do not, especially don't delete Smash. Please, for the love of God, don't delete Smash off the Switches.
Remove Smash from every Switch, make Max have to play it, and unlock all the characters.
So I actually don't think it got deleted. I think like something happened to where I think that was the Switch that needed Wi-Fi.
Okay.
And it's my Mario Kart that's inside of it.
Yeah, I was wondering where the hell did we get that copy of Mario Kart?
It's mine.
Mario Kart. Okay. Okay.
Mine.
Well, good to know. Good to know.
Yeah. I was trying to
So-
do some detective work and figure it out, but it just wasn't clicking.
Yeah, so we got that whole thing figured out, which was good. That Thursday there wasn't an issue. Didn't get a phone call on Thursday.
Why?
Nice. I
Happy
don't know.
4th of July, everybody.
Max called me on Friday because he was bored, but that's not a work call.
Yes.
That checks out.
Yep.
But no, I had Oh yeah. I didn't get a phone call Thursday because we were closed. No, but so like I'm taking 2 vacations. One where I just stayed at home and like really just relaxed. And then the next vacation I'm taking starts on the 20th. And we're actually like going on vacation for that. So I won't be around.
Thank
But
God.
I will be back
Um,
Friday night beforehand so we can watch Evo. Night 1 at Evo. So,
Yes.
Ooh, Evo. Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple things. Sorry for my camera. I left it at the store. It looks like I'm being filmed on a 2008 flip phone.
Are you recording your confessional for the Blair Witch Project?
Yes.
This is more what's the why can't I think Paranormal Activities vibe than it
Yeah.
does Blair Witch.
Yeah.
True.
That grainy, gotta replace the tape every 8 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, what up, JD?
What up, JD? Evil
Says hi.
Fish.
Let's see. Yeah, everything just went really bad, but like back on the up and up now.
Mhm.
So I wanted to delve into Ray's projects for the week.
Yeah, actually
So,
got a handful
Ray.
of stuff done.
Take it away.
So, over the week, I was able to finish 2 major projects, or they're close to finished. We got an Xbox repaired, and a PC was diagnosed and repaired, and then as well as I think since last time, I've gotten 2 DSs out to the front counter as well. I believe both are already spoken for and or sold.
I know one sold. I don't know about the pink one.
That's right.
But there is a DS in the case still.
But
Yes.
yeah, so now that we're getting everything back in order, Xbox Ones, PS5s, gaming PCs, I now have everything I need in order to start taking those in. So
Yep.
just remember when you come in, we do have a form that we will ask you to fill out.
My man.
There will be, so unfortunately at this moment in time, because of where I live, I'm only in the shop for 3 days. So there is a small amount of time from when you drop it off to when we will contact you with the diagnostics. So please just be patient and understand that at the moment it is just me working on 3 days.
Yeah.
And once I get caught up with everything, I will probably start jumping in and doing it too.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be bringing in my desktop so that way we have something that's a little more powerful, even for streams and stuff like that. So
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's the other one I did. I did an SD card memory swap. Just cloned a new SD card. It only took freaking all 3 laptops in the store and then taking it home to do it in 15 minutes on my PC.
yeah,
So, it's great.
yeah,
Took 7 hours to try to do it at the shop. Brought it home and did it in 15 minutes.
yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, that's how it rolls.
Scott, have you been working on anything besides coming back?
So I'm finishing up the Vampire Horde deck. I need to get more blood tokens and vampire tokens. So if anybody has any blood tokens and vampire tokens from Magic, I need them, please and thank you. Um, on top of that, uh, I am building one of the precons that we're making to sell. And
Ooh, what's the
so
commander for it?
the commander is I actually have it right here. It is where'd it go? Fuck, it's somewhere here. It's Azorius. I know that. Yeah.
White blue for those who
Oh
are
no
not
no
up
no
to terms.
no. Esper. It's Esper.
White blue black.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the tricolor names is testing my knowledge.
Here we go. Found it.
Brecken said vacation is lame.
That's why you're forced to take one now.
Yeah.
So
Every
okay,
week.
let's talk about this
Here we
real
go.
quick.
Here, I found it. It is
Oh, the Brothers War.
Alila Artful Provocateur.
Okay.
Flying Death Touch lifelink other creatures you control with flying get +1/+0. Whenever you cast an artifact or enchantment spell, create a 1/1 blue fairy creature token with flying. So it'll be alright.
Fun.
Yeah, Chris, the reason you're waiting is because I don't work today. I'll be there tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't deal with
Yes,
Pokemon.
let's talk about this. This month has been I guess this summer has been time for us to really take a step back and like go on vacation.
Pay attention
I took
to how
it
much
first.
all of us are at the store.
Yeah, I took one first. Scott took one second, and I'm forcing Brecken to take one now. And then I'm having Jimmy take his at the end of the month. We all work a lot, and it's a lot of like just long hours. So getting that nice little break is really great. Chop chop, back to work. Thanks, Chris. Never mind. I'm not gonna do it.
What a lot of you guys don't see is that these guys, as well as myself, every now and then take a lot of our work home. Max won't say it, but somewhere in his room there is like 4.5 massive piles of Pokemon cards that he's sorting.
Oh no, I'll just show you. I'll just show you right now.
That he's working to sort and get online. So you guys can see everything within our.
Nope, we're not going to see it because your camera froze. Hi.
Yep.
Oh, great.
Second nerd.
So just
that's
know,
what I get.
Like, Max has taken home in the past Magic cards to sort and get online. He currently has a lot of Pokemon cards to sort and get online. I know Scott's taking cards home to do that with. Everyone takes home a part of this job to work on while we're not there. A lot of the work I did originally was here at this desk that I record from, and you can see part of my old repair desk behind me.
Yeah. I do a lot of work on my phone while I'm at work at the other job. So I'm constantly like on the phone and answering emails and putting in orders. And I've gotten really good at doing shit on my phone. So, but as long as my boss doesn't yell at me, "Shut up, Mo," then it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my camera.
You broke it. Just last time, you just like sat it there and let it sit. Just sit it there and let it sit, and maybe it'll just kick in at some point.
Or I unplug it and plug it back in.
Oh yes, that's solid IT work, sir. Solid IT work. I think you're ready to start repairing.
Yeah, give me a soldering iron and I'll be golden, pony boy.
We'll work on that.
Yeah.
We'll work on that.
No, it's
talk sweet to it. Shout out, Chris. Yeah.
So honestly, like this summer has been because since the store opened, especially me and Max, like we've been going like kind of balls to the wall for a couple years now. And it's been nice to like kind of step back and because it's super stressful. It really is. And so to kind of step back and remember like why we're doing it and like getting that break away is becoming increasingly important. So,
Yeah. Oh, like a lot of people don't realize like how much this takes of our actual lives, like our personal lives and everything like that.
mhm.
And so it's really nice to just like take a step back
Yeah.
and understand like, okay, this is why we do it. This is why we're like we work really really hard and it doesn't look like it. Let's be honest.
Well,
Because
to be
90% of the
fair,
time you see us.
yeah, we're trying to like hang out with customers, and because that's kind of what
I'm just
makes
rocking
the store.
cameraless.
All right. Um, but like, I don't know about a lot about you guys, but I put a lot of my personal life on hold for a long time because of it. So, um, now,
Yes.
yeah, it's just nice to remember, like, hey, life's all right. It's not all stress and cards and stuff. Like, you can do other shit. So,
Yeah. We and even Ray, even though he's like he's new and everything, he's put a lot of time in already and
yeah,
everything like that.
yeah,
I do my
Um
best.
so I guess I'll talk about my projects for the week
do
that I
it.
was
Yes.
working on.
Done.
Working on not having a mental breakdown.
That's a big
It's
one.
been fun.
It's a
It already
constant.
happened.
It's a constant. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
called me.
Um let's see. I was working on the girlfriend corner a lot. The sensory overload corner.
It's just the sock.
What?
It's a sock. Sensory overload corner. Sock.
Yeah. Oh, we could name it the sock.
The sock?
I've been calling it that since we said sensory overload corner.
But
Really?
sensory doesn't start with an S, right?
You're
Not how I want to spell it.
right.
I want to spell it with a C.
I know you do.
Um,
Uh,
so let's see, what else did I do? Tuesday I did the online orders and then ran the whole tournament. Shout out me for winning it. You're all really bad.
I want to make a note. You technically played illegally because you did
Hey,
not play
you
the same
asked for
deck
it.
against me.
You asked for it.
I did. And then I got screwed over when I got nothing. When everything I needed was in my prize cards.
Yeah. Build a
But
better deck. No, I'm kidding.
my rare candies, 3 of my 4 rare candies, one, and then I don't remember everything it was, but it was just like anything I could have used to pop off, still in there. It sucked. Not fun.
Yeah.
That is a very fun deck though, and I'm not going to say anything about it.
Sweet.
I only make terrible decks, so
That is something. Do we want to announce that yet?
What?
I don't even know what you're
What
talking
that
about, so
deck-
no.
What that deck is and what it's for and when that will go in effect?
Ray, no
I'm-
one has any idea what you're talking about.
I'm so
Elite Four.
lost.
Oh, the Elite Four. Oh, yes. Yeah, I still have no idea.
Okay, cool.
So,
Coming
the
to a
announcement
game store
is
near you.
the announcement is in the future we will have an announcement about the Elite Four.
Yeah.
Yes. Coming to
Um,
a game store near you. So
I actually want to do I want to have someone edit a video of how we used to do the Elite Four, so I could do a little preview ad.
We did some TikTok videos, yeah.
Yeah, if anyone knows how to do that, let me know. I
think
can't
I-
pay you, but you should do it for free because you're a nice guy.
I think I have a couple in my drafts even of some Elite Four videos I never uploaded. Like I think there's one of Shelly when she was in the Elite Four.
I think that one was posted.
Was it? I don't remember. I have some drafts.
I'm not
know.
100%.
Mm. I'm bad at
Um,
TikTok.
Let's see, what else have I been doing? Dude, I don't know. Every day's completely different, and then I forget about it.
There's a handful of stuff we went. Other things that happened over the week. Money in the Bank.
Yes! It's
Now,
Tiffy
Sorry.
time.
Did I
that was a
hear-
project you had.
Did I hear a certain gentleman debuted on NXT?
No, he didn't debut.
I thought he actually debuted on NXT Weekly TV this week.
Yes.
That's what I was talking about. Not at Money in the Bank.
Well, technically, it's not a debut if he already appeared, but like just saying. Yes, we
Well-
believe in Joe Hendry.
Say his name and he appears.
I believe in Joe Hendry. Shout out Joe Hendry. So
Dude.
honestly, that is like one of the best gimmicks in wrestling right now.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't have to get into that. We should get into. We should have a podcast where we only talk about wrestling and we just see if Ray knows anything.
If you talk about Rey Mysterio, I might get some.
Oh my goodness.
See, my only experience with wrestling, other than passively watching it while I'm in the store and it's on, is this old GameCube game, SmackDown versus Raw.
Oh my god.
It's the only interaction I have with wrestling outside of the parts of it and any memes, because I enjoy meme culture.
Meme culture is fantastic, and wrestling meme culture is seriously lacking.
It's horrendous.
It's pretty bad. The last good wrestling meme we had was RKO. And that was even upper mid.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So I can't really think of anything. I did see a TikTok about Rey Mysterio today. Do you know where he got the 619 from?
No.
Yes.
He-
Hell.
So he learned it from two people. The first one was a wrestler in Tijuana that I don't remember his name, but he would do it as like a fake out for a dive. And the first one that actually like used it to hit somebody was Tiger Mask, actually, in New Japan. And so I think
New Japan.
yeah. So I think it was Chavo said, well, why don't you like put somebody in the rope and hit somebody with it? And so that's when the 619 was born. And it was based off of Austin 316. That's why he called it 619. Wrestling fact.
Well, he called it the 619 because that's the area code of where he's
Yeah, but the inspiration for the three numbers was Austin 316.
from. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched. It was a clip of some interview he did like a while back.
Nerd.
Yeah, a little bit. That's kind of why we're here.
So, Ray and Scott, with the little time that you've had, and this question's going to both of you. What have you guys been doing with the past couple weeks? Because we haven't had a stream in a little bit for this hobby talk. Like, how was your vacation, Ray? How's your week been? Stuff like that.
I'll let Scott go first on this one.
Vacation was fantastic. Just did like a lot of just random stuff. Honestly, did some housework. Helped the girlfriend like
gonna
unpack and
pause.
move her house. And
Gonna pause you real quick. Yeah, we appreciate you too, Chris. Thank you for saying we're amazing. Okay, now keep going.
no, hung
Thanks,
out with,
Chris.
thanks, Chris. Hung out with Evan a little bit. Really just
Poor guy.
and we did attend so Marshalltown had a really big red, white, and blue 2 or 3 day thing for 4th of July.
Yeah, you were there on Wednesday, weren't you?
So
A couple
we
of
did,
people stopped by the shop and said they saw you down there.
yeah, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday we were there. So Wednesday we were down at 13th Street. And they had a concert and they had food trucks and a car show. So we went and did all of that. And then Thursday they had the fireworks at the softball complex, which was a lot better than out at the fairgrounds because more people in town could see it. You could probably see it from outside the store, honestly, because we're that
Can I-
close.
can I
We'll have
pause
to
for a
have
second?
a firework viewing party.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pause for a second. Where I live, they started it way too early, and so you didn't get to enjoy it that much. And then number two, Chris, you said you have a new wallpaper ready to bring up.
Oh no.
I'm kind of lost.
Is it like actual wallpaper or is it like desktop wallpaper? Like,
It
let's
just
get
says I have your new wallpaper ready
yeah,
to bring up.
I
So
see the message, but
yeah,
huh.
I can't wait to see what the hell she has created.
So when
Okay,
we
keep
went
going.
so when we went to the fireworks at the softball complex, we actually had to park over by the Y and walk all the way over there because parking was kind of a mess. And then we get there and
Oh,
there's like
yeah.
concerts and stuff going, and we're just sitting there kind of enjoying it. And then the clouds start rolling in and they start swirling around, and we're like, we're gonna go before the PTSD from the tornado happens. So we end up leaving, and as soon as we leave, it just starts pouring for like 30 seconds, 45 seconds, then it's done. And we're like, well, crap. So we watched. We don't live that far away, so we just watched from like the house, and it was fun. And then Friday,
I do. Sorry, I do remember the conversation now, Chris. My bad.
yeah. Um, and then the Friday night they had another concert at 13th Street, and we went there and thought I would go a little later like the last one did. No, we got in like the last chorus of the last song, and then they were done. We're like, well, crap. So but no,
Sometimes people actually care about being on time.
yeah, it's mid. Um, but no,
Being
like
on time is mid.
Shout out
being on
Jimmy
time
for
is mid.
being late. One of the days last week. I
Oh
want to say
yeah,
it was Wednesday.
quote unquote. No, wasn't it Saturday?
Oh, it was Saturday. That's right.
He's like, oh, I'm gonna be late, and he was 45 minutes early.
I like
He's
it.
like, well, He's like, technically, I have to clock in at 11, and I was like, dude, it's 11:15. Like, you're
You're
fine.
fine. You're okay. You
I was
should
like,
It's
and
It's 11.
I was like,
Max
I
is
closed
here,
for
I'm
you,
here.
so yeah, it
Oh.
was Saturday. Shout out, Jimmy.
shout out Jimmy Clark.
Yeah, keep going, Scott.
No, but I spent the week really just like going outside and doing stuff because it's stuff I haven't been able to do in a while. So
All right, let's take a time out. You went outside.
touch grass.
Yeah.
You
Touch
touched
the
No.
grass?
Yeah.
Fake nerd.
No. No.
Damn
You're
it.
fired. Fake nerd.
If I'm fired, you're all fired.
Dude, that's fine with me.
Okay.
Okay.
But other than that, really just playing some Street Fighter. I did re-enter the Smash tournament this past week. Which we'll talk
We'll
about
get
later.
to later.
We'll get to later. But yeah, no, just spent the week enjoying life. So
Nerds. Yeah, you right. You right. So Ray, how was your week?
Oh, it was pretty good. Monday, instead of going to the shop to play, not Smash Bros, but Street Fighter, because I know I'm still gonna get my ass handed to me if I try to play. As of right now, I went home and played Street Fighter to try to get better. Tuesday was Pokemon, and that was a lot of fun. If it weren't for Max, I would have been first place.
Haha.
We were supposed to take a tie, but then Max said, no, fuck you. I want this win.
So I was like, okay, Tuesday was an amazing day. Shout out Shelly. It was her we're gonna say 30th
30th.
birthday.
30th birthday.
Yeah.
29th birthday. But we
But
rounded
I
up.
mean, yeah. So we got a little cake for her and everything like that. And I didn't get to play her in the tournament, but had a lot of fun.
I did.
Yeah, I
that
I
Manaphy is
wish.
bullshit.
Hey,
Shut
that is
down
the one
half of
thing.
My deck.
Yeah. But no, it was a lot of fun to hang out with her for a little bit. She said that if we celebrate her birthday, she will quote unquote kill me. So glad that she didn't. But
Are you glad? Because aren't you
I
threatening
don't
a
need to
toaster
comment
math?
on that.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, like Tuesday's great. There was a couple
10
things I wanted to
people?
talk about.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
We had 10 whole people there, which is actually
yeah,
for Pokemon a good number.
yeah. And well, like we had 10 people with like not a lot of the regulars there,
That's true.
which is good. Um, what else? Oh, I wanted to talk about I'm actually gonna let Ray talk about it on
You're gonna let me talk
Tuesday.
about my wife? I
On
love
Tuesday,
my
yeah.
wife.
Let's hear what happened.
So my wife's first time uh playing Pokemon at the store. She and I have been playing
Staring
Pokemon
at me
here at
now.
home uh for the last about month or so. She started learning with one of my decks, and then Max was like, "Hey, I'm gonna make your wife a deck," and so he did, and then he gave her a heart attack by not telling her how much it cost, and then just
Aha.
yelling it across the store. Um, and then as she's gotten more comfortable, she's decided she wanted to come this week, and she did okay in the tournament. She says 1 and 2, but one of those is a fake loss because she played Bulbasaur against a fire type deck, so she just got one shot by everything.
Yeah.
But she
Yeah.
also did manage to make a new friend. So shout
Hey.
out TJ.
That's what I wanted to talk about.
Oh, Teach, yeah.
Yeah. So like Pokemon people think Pokemon's one thing and it's not. But um the whole like I don't want people to be scared about coming to a tournament because I
Let's
mean
put tournament
Pokemon
in air quotes because there's
yeah.
placements, but we're really there. We have a kid who's like 8 who
Yeah.
comes in to
And
play.
like just because I won doesn't like okay, so when you participate in the tournament you get these things called prize packs and like I can open them whenever the hell I want, right? So it's not like I kept them. So what did I do? I gave them all to Shelly. Like,
Mm,
you know, like it's stuff like that. The 8-year-old did win a tournament, by the way.
He did. That was hilarious.
so
Yeah.
Max, I have a challenge for you, right? Just to keep the playing field level, is next time you enter a tournament, you have to use one of my decks and win with it.
Dude, I actually built a deck that like is bad.
Yeah, but here's the catch: all of my decks are bad.
Not all of your decks are bad.
Okay,
Max
all
is really
but
good at
one.
making decks. Let's put this into perspective. Most
yeah.
of the time, Max plays the same deck, and it's like, okay, I'm going to do the same 3 things, and your Pokemon's knocked out. Take my prize cards. I win the game. And then, I think it was 2 weeks ago, Max played my wife, and actually had to sit there and go, hold on a second.
I actually had to think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like so and it was the deck I built for Ray's wife, which speaking of, her name is I'm not going to say it, but I know it.
Do you? She's looking at me now.
Yes. I
She's
know it.
cyaniding me. Say it. What is it? She
It's Katie.
Yep.
She
She
said
got
it in chat.
Yeah.
I saw it
Yes.
in chat.
It's just to make sure.
I don't
Max
need to comment on that because
everyone in
yeah.
the shop has nicknames. A lot of them are not appropriate, so we will not be saying them here on stream.
All of them are not appropriate. Let's just get that clear.
But Katie, my wife, has been now called just Ray's wife. No name, just Ray's wife.
Ray's wife.
When she was there for Two-Headed Giant on Magic Knight, it was Ray and Ray's wife.
Yep.
It's when she's there, it's Ray's wife.
Ray's wife.
Yeah, So I put her in the Pokemon tournament as Ray's wife, and she goes, what's my name?" And I was like, "Oh crap." And so I was like, "Is it Gertrude?" And she was like, "No. I like Chris's name, Helga Hermelinda."
Melinda.
That actually made me laugh. Usually when people make jokes, they're not funny, Scott. Nothing. Ray's wife says, "I'm down for Helga, to be
Can we
honest."
Helga now?
But no, like, so the Pokemon, quote unquote, you can't see me, but tournament is mainly just like, hey, let's play, but not like the most casual game of Pokemon, you know? You still have to like bring out a little bit of the A game, but it's not like super competitive, and it's mainly
Sure.
just a good time for people to meet other people.
Yeah.
I will say, like, the most competitive decks that I've seen over the last couple of weeks are these two guys who decided to run Roaring Moon. And that's probably like the most competitive full deck. Outside of the Venusaur that my wife runs. That's a pretty competitive deck, makes you think a lot. So most of
Yeah.
it's pretty chill.
Um,
Oh, one of your projects you actually did before Pokemon on Tuesday. You want to talk about that?
what did I do?
Our young player.
Oh, yes. I made, so we have a guy who comes in, um, and he like his sons have these decks, and they're all right, you know, but they could be just a little bit better. So I asked the kids if they wanted me to look at them and help them out and make a new deck for them, and they both said yes. So I think it was 30 minutes before the tournament, I built 2 decks.
Yeah.
Out of
And
all of their bulk cards and Max's wonderful knowledge of Pokemon.
yeah, I mean, they're not like 100% the best, but it's enough to like understand the game more and more. It's a really good starter deck. Speaking of starter decks, Scott,
Yeah.
let's talk about starter decks.
Let's talk about starter decks.
Well, do we want to talk about the ones that Pokemon sent us first, and then talk about the ones we built?
No, because mine are better than the ones Pokemon sent us.
You are correct.
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, no, Pokemon has sent us some like pre-made decks, but they're only like 40 cards. It's mainly just like meant for people to learn how to play the game.
It's kind
But
of like the build
if
and
you
play decks, right?
Yep.
yeah. So
We have Lucario,
Umbreon.
Umbreon, and there was one
Ooh, Umbreon.
Lucario, Umbreon, and one other that I can't.
Not
remember
100% sure.
My
But I actually went through and decided, you know what? I'm gonna make pre-made decks for Pokemon players. Yes, Greninja, that's what it was.
That was the other one.
Shout out Jimmy. But so I made a bunch of pre-made Pokemon decks, and like, so we kind of capped it out at 9. But jokes on Scott, I have 7 more sitting in my house. So,
Oh no, you did more work. Sounds terrible.
well, I forgot about them, and then I was like, oh wait, they're right here. So I've got a lot of these pre-made Pokemon decks, and they're mainly just they're like, okay, let's be 100% serious here. They're not going to win you a tournament, right? But they're going to be really good for you to sit down and understand and play the game. They use supporters, items, stadiums, energy, and Pokemon, which is like the basics of the game. And so there are some that are just like that use different things. They all have different things about them. They don't all do the exact same thing, but they're all based off of different things. I've got one deck that uses 4 evolutions, and then I've got another deck that uses the other 4 evolutions.
Interesting.
There's a
That's pretty cool.
Pikachu.
I didn't know about those ones.
Yeah, no one has seen those ones yet. There's a Pikachu one, a Lucario one. There's a bunch, right?
I made one.
So if you, wait, oh yeah, you did. So if you're interested in learning how to play the game, you can stop by the store, and it comes with the dice, the coins, the damage counters, and the sleeves, or the decks are sleeved for you. Um, and then I can sit down with you and we can play the game. And
And
I will take it very easy.
and we also, not just for Pokemon, but we have them for Magic too.
Exactly. That's
we
where you get
have
to talk, because I hate Magic.
no, you don't. But you dislike it
Runner
strongly.
song check.
There's a difference between that and hate. But
That's
yeah,
why I said hate.
okay, yeah, sure. But
What's
yeah,
Magic Gathering?
I think we
The
have.
other very big card game.
Oh, it's my cousin. She's trolling. It's fine.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
But I think we have 9. I think we have 9 commander decks built and ready to go. I'm actually working on number 10 right here. It's again, they're not going to win you gigantic pods or anything, but it'll be a fairly cheap alternative to just buying a pre-made commander deck to learn to jump in and play the game. So I know
And more
Brecken. That's
variety.
been yeah, and Brecken's been actually working on those quite a bit lately. And I've
Hey,
done.
I was too.
You were too, Mister. I hate Magic.
My job.
True. Haha. Suck it, nerd.
Except it. Okay, so Yu-Gi-Oh, I cannot help you there.
Yu-Gi-Oh's Evan.
Yeah.
So if we ever get Evan, if we ever get Yu-Gi-Oh back in, then Evan's the guy for that. I
All
know.
the One Piece decks,
Yeah. I wish.
if we ever can get cards for that.
So we switched suppliers,
Teardrop.
and our supplier does not carry One Piece, so
Yeah.
we're kind of screwed there. But we'll try to either open up with the other supplier just for that kind of stuff, or figure something else out. I guess. So it's a work in progress, but I would like to get that stuff back in there because they were pretty popular for a little bit. So
I know. We were talking about it the other day. You guys had all that One Piece stuff for a while, and then it all sold out in like 2 weeks.
yeah, yeah,
In the span of 2 weeks, it went from me and Puffer buying the pre-made decks and a couple of packs, and you had like 2 whole boxes of packs. To hey, we come in on a Saturday. No packs.
yeah. Well,
Out
so
of nowhere.
we had a group of Smash players from Cedar Falls. Shout out Whack and Rasmu and Riku, who would come in and just buy out everything we had. Anytime we had One Piece in, and then life got busy or whatever. So Whack and Rasmu haven't been back in a while, but Riku still shows up every once in a while. The best grip in the Smash community, according to Max.
Grippiest
So-
player in Iowa. Yeah.
Yeah, yep, there you go. But yeah, I would like to get that stuff back in. I'd like to get more into like action figures or statues, or kind of like
I can help out with that.
I think the Funko Pop thing is kind of dying. It doesn't seem like it has as much buzz as it used to. I could be wrong, but it's just from an outsider perspective. That's kind of what it seems
Yeah,
like.
I agree. I think it's still good to just have it in the store for the people that do like it.
Yeah.
It puts some product on our shelves and stuff like that. But no, I would definitely love to get into those like a little bit higher end statues.
Mm-hmm.
Those are really cool.
Amiibos. I like to get amiibos in the
Yeah.
store.
Oh,
An Isabel
that's
one.
your other project that you worked on, Max.
Yeah. I've been training the amiibos.
Oh yeah.
We
Yeah.
trained
Yeah.
the Donkey Kong, and it took a lot, but we were able to 3v1 it.
I think that when I played it, it was like level 40, I think. It needed a lot of work because it was
Well,
just
so-
like randomly naring up onto platforms. I mean, if it touched my shield, I was dead. But if you didn't engage it or anything, it just did like weird random shit.
This is the
Yeah.
Donkey Kong amiibo that we're talking about.
Yeah.
those
Yes.
who haven't been in
Oh,
the
yeah.
shop since we started that on Saturday.
Yeah.
Like is when
Um,
you started that.
I will say Brecken is the one that trained that.
That makes
So
sense. Yeah. Okay.
that's
A random
why
error.
it's really bad.
Okay.
I'm currently training the Pikachu one and the Joker one. The Pikachu one has better aerial move or better aerial damage and takes less damage when it's taking aerial attacks. And then it also has like a weird dash attack. I'll have to show you.
Interesting.
Yeah.
The Joker one does more damage and takes less damage while it's in the air.
Does
And
it
then
auto spawn with its gauge full?
with Arsene? No, it so when it shoots its gun, it does more damage.
Okay.
But I'm teaching it drag down combos.
Oh God.
Yeah, so bring it to FD.
I will say that the biggest flaw in Brecken's Donkey Kong amiibo is it doesn't taunt nearly enough.
I know. And but
Except
the
for
problem
when it
was
does it, it gets itself killed.
yeah. The problem is we had Brecken train it. So I mean
True.
we
True.
should have known better.
Yeah, that's true. So, bring in a better Donkey Kong, dude. If we can just get all the Smash players to bring in an amiibo, and then we can just have an amiibo tournament, that'd be sick.
I would love
Actually-
that.
That would
be
actually be
sick.
a very random
Yeah,
1 week. Bring in an amiibo. It will play against the other amiibos.
yeah.
So
we'll just have an amiibo tournament.
speaking of Smash, let's do the Smash recap.
Okay, Smash/Street Fighter recap because there was actually a Street Fighter bracket this week.
Yeah,
More
let's
than
hear
2
it. You
people?
yeah. Let's
what?
okay, Scott, take it away. Take it away, Une. It's from Harry Potter. I'll go fuck myself.
Yeah. Street Fighter bracket
For a lot
was
of you. Yeah. Sorry.
what? Okay. So Street Fighter bracket was actually super fun. We have a lot of people that were wanting to get into Street Fighter, but they were kind of nervous about getting into Street Fighter. Finally got them to start entering brackets, and I think we had 5 people in, which is huge because for the last, I don't know, month or month and a half, we've been trying to get Street Fighter going again, and we just didn't have anybody play besides me and AJ. And we're just like, I will just play friendlies, like whatever. So that's kind of what we've been doing. But this week having a bracket was a lot of fun. AJ did win. Didn't drop a single game, which I think I'm the only one that took rounds off of him even. So shout out to AJ and Izaki for winning the tournament. And Sparstar getting second place with the Blanca. And
Yeah.
yeah, and I got third place.
I
with
love
my-
Adam.
with my ed that I'm still learning. So, but no, like GBA, playing
Brecken
Dulcim, a
didn't
character.
keep everybody.
Brecken didn't play, so
Brecken runs the counter on Mondays.
I
so-
still hate Zangief.
Brecken runs the counter, and Evan does stream, so they probably aren't going to play unless we do it at some time where they can both jump in. So, that's a lot of logistics, but we could probably make it
fair,
work.
To be fair, I think I could run stream and the counter at the same time.
Honestly, yeah. Like if we just didn't have commentary for a little bit, and so people can go play their matches, or just let some of the players come in and commentate, which I'm sure they would love, because some of the players like really like getting on the stream and just slinging shit everywhere. So,
Yeah.
so I think we could probably do that if Evan and Brecken wanted to play. We could probably make that happen. But as far as Smash goes, because it was the last day of my vacation, so I kind of just played my matches and left. So, but
Can I pause for a second? Can I pause
Yeah.
for a second?
yeah,
Scott did the unthinkable.
Did he win a game?
The man, the myth, the legend. No,
Oh, he didn't win any games. Gotcha.
he won a set.
What?
He took a set off of somebody. He went 1 and 2, baby. Let's hear it for Scott.
Oh.
Beta time. What time is it?
So I won my first game last week. I still went 0-2, but I actually won a game off of, I think it was uh a snail, I think. And then this week I won a set in losers bracket, and then I actually took a game off JJ Kool-Aid. Shout out JJ. I love that kid.
I love JJ.
Um
I love JJ. Shout out JJ.
yeah, yeah. No, I won like 4 or 5 games. It was great. Or 3. I won 3 games this week. So my strategy of not playing is working.
Just only play on Mondays.
So and this is something that, I mean, I've been playing competitive fighting games for 30 years. And it's something that I've noticed is like I'll sit and I'll train really hard, and then I'll start overstacking my mental stack. And so anytime I do anything, I think too much about it, and then I start messing up. So the answer to that is just step away, get away from the game, and then when you come back and you play, you're not thinking about it so much. And so that's what happened. Like I just stepped away for a little bit, and then I come back and I'm playing better. I'm still not great. I'm not going to top 8 or anything anytime soon, but um, just taking the mental break away from the game, and I'm about getting to that point in Street Fighter where the mental stack's getting too much, and so just step away for a little bit, let the brain cool off, just play in
Modern.
bracket or whatever. Yeah, God, no, no, never.
Then you don't have to think.
So I
So,
tried modern. I actually really did try modern. I just, my brain's wired with Street Fighter in a certain way. I can't. It's kind of like with Smash, uh, or multiverses or whatever. Just platform fighters. It's too weird of a concept from what I'm used to. So I have a hard time wrapping my brain around it. Um, and modern's kind of the same thing. So I tried it because Modern Marissa is kind of awesome, but nah, I can't do it.
so my question is, when are we getting the Uncharted 3 tournament?
Oh,
I'm gonna go to hell.
when you start
Uncharted
recruiting
3
for it
tournament?
for esports, I beat the game 3
That is
times.
that is an inside joke we are actually not allowed to say. So,
Ray, you'll find
um,
out later.
Okay.
yeah.
In fact, we were there
Uh-oh.
was Max and I, while we were out shopping on Saturday before Money in the Bank, we had talked about one of these days setting up to see who can last the longest in COD Zombies.
That'd be fun.
Ray,
We
take
talked about it.
a break for a second because you sound like a robot.
Gotcha.
I heard what he's
Yeah.
saying though. Like,
Yeah, no, I think doing a Call of Duty Zombies like stamina battle would be the coolest thing in the world. On my desktop, I've got Call of Duty Black Ops 3, so we could do it there. Yeah, I want to do like different things because like it'd be fun.
I love the idea of stuff like that. Like, I like doing. We had one tournament that was like a original Super Mario Brothers speedrun tournament. I love
Be
that.
bowling.
Yeah, we bowling like that. That shit's awesome. Like, we should just have arcade 1-up like X-Men Children of the Atom tournament. I'd be super into that. So yeah, like just random stuff.
If there's anything that anybody wants us to do, shoot us a message in the chats or on Facebook or in the Discord server, or if you really, really want to get your point across, you can donate to the stream.
Please.
So as a side note to those, am I still robot-y?
No, you sound
No,
good
you're
now.
good.
Okay. As a side note to those would kind of fill in. We're gonna try to fill in a Wednesday slot. The shop's kind of dead on Wednesdays, but a lot of that stuff won't start happening until after. Max, you have an announcement for this? Wednesdays?
In 2 weeks. Let me give you the exact date. It
Because
is.
So the reason I'm asking now is because it will actually happen before our next stream.
Which I
Yes.
won't be at because I'll be on vacation.
Yep. So
Yeah.
it'll just be me and Max bullshitting for 2 hours.
Oh,
So
I'm sure you get Evan or something.
yeah, I could do that. Wednesday, July 24th. Game Haven, first ever spelling bee. Your host, Max. The judges, Evan and Brecken. Don't worry, they will have a cheat sheet. Or they might not. It would just be funnier if they didn't.
I thought
But
Jimmy was the judge.
Jimmy does not work on Wednesdays. So, and he refused. Um,
And he refused.
so I'm gonna try to get like a little a plaque made that says Game Haven first ever spelling bee champ. And we'll see how it goes. I'll post it on the Facebook and I'll post it in the Discord and stuff like that. Day pass, and then don't you need judges that can spell to run a spelling bee? Yes, but it'd be
Joke.
funnier.
Actually, Evan can spell. He just can't write. That's his issue.
Yes.
His handwriting is actual hot garbage.
But just pay the day pass, and then let me know if you're okay with being on stream. If you're not, you don't have to be, because I want to stream it. So I'm gonna dress up really fancy, and I'm gonna be the host for the tournament.
Max, I have a question related to this.
Yes.
Is this a normal spelling bee or is this nerd related bullshit spelling bee?
So to be honest, not 100% sure. I think I'm just gonna whip out a dictionary and just like point. But I'm thinking about doing both. So
your word
hey.
is Dante, originating from the game Devil May Cry.
Your name is Nana, and if you don't spell it Bitch, you're wrong. But yeah,
Your
we'll
word is my dude.
we'll just have a really good time. Maybe we'll bust out the popcorn machine and just have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, hey, let's do something that we don't normally do. And a spelling bee, especially in this nerd store, funniest thing in the world. So if you would like to participate in that,
we were moving stores, you understand why it's funny when you were handed a box and you went, "What the fuck does this say?" There are letters
Shut up,
written
Brecken.
here.
Nothing will ever be Mario Kart.
Yeah,
nothing will
when
ever be that.
Jimmy spelled it Mario Kart.
Oh, DRUAR?
Wait, what was it? I've heard it, but
DRUAR,
nobody's ever been able to
I think it was.
DRUAR.
Yep.
Hey, hang on a minute. Hang on. We gotta. Okay.
I think it was Scott's drawer, DRUAR.
DRUAR. Okay. We're just gonna have that on the screen. There we go.
I love that.
You could put it over me.
Oh, here we'll do. So we'll do both. Hang on. We'll also do Mario Kart.
Oh.
There we go.
Yeah, I don't know how you can mess up Mario Kart, but that's how it was done.
He might have even spelled Mario wrong. I don't remember, but I remember the carrots part.
Now, on top of the spelling bee, other ideas we've got coming up for Wednesdays are things like Jackbox party games, just bigger group parties that we typically can't do on other nights of the week because larger groups are there for things like Pokemon and Magic, or Saturdays when everyone comes in because it's an open day for everything. Poker. I don't know if we're allowed to do poker.
I don't think officially.
So long as we don't gamble.
I don't think officially we can do poker, but
so long as there are no actual money put forward, I think you're fine.
The store cannot participate in any gambling activities. However, if I didn't see it, it didn't happen. So that's what I'm saying.
I'm trying to think. We had some other stuff, but Wednesday we want to test out a few things. A lot of larger group games and things that we can't do on other busier nights, just because those nights are already dedicated to something.
Yeah,
I agree with Chris real quick. Instead of doing 2 days of Pokemon, I think we should do 7.
I mean,
That's just me.
Okay, you can do
Yeah.
Pokemon whenever you want. That is fine
7
with me.
straight days of Pokemon.
And I do sometime before October. Don't know what day yet. We will have a BYOD night. We will do a Saturday night.
Is there another pay-per-view coming up that you can pair that with?
SummerSlam. We could do SummerSlam.
I will. If we do a BYOB on SummerSlam, I will need a blanket and pillow because I'm sleeping at the store.
I will bring my camping air mattress for you, Max.
Let's go.
Just as a fun side note and thought to throw out there.
Yeah, so again, if you have any ideas for some Wednesday events, please just let us know. We will definitely put them into consideration.
August
Facebook
3rd is SummerSlam.
There you go. That might not work because there might be secondary Bloomborough pre-releases happening that day.
Yep.
I just thought about that because Bloomborough, going into Magic a little bit, Bloomborough gets released on August 2nd.
Well, we'll do pre-release the week before, so it shouldn't matter.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Is it really already?
Yeah, it's every flipping month. There's
So
a
pre-release will be on the 26th of
Mhm.
July.
Yep. So 2 weeks from tomorrow.
Yep, and then the official release will be on the 2nd.
That's the week I'm gone too. That's the week I'm on vacation. Sorry.
If you haven't seen anything about Bloomborough, I'm going to kind of hijack and talk about Magic for a minute. Those who know nothing about Bloomborough yet, it is a new plane in Magic where everybody has been turned into critters. It's actually pretty cool. They spoiled a handful of planeswalkers over the last 2 days. So we now have Liliana of the Dark Realms from M2013 and 2014 as a squirrel. Jace the Mind Sculptor is now a fox. As far as other big ones, so everything in this set is fun little critters. The 4 Commander Precons are going to be a Group Hug Rabbit, a Graveyard Squirrels. I don't remember what the bird one is themed around, and then you have raccoons that make trash and throw it at people.
Let go. That sounds like me.
Yep.
Honestly,
so those are very fun. Those ones, but then also just a lot of the art is a lot of fun. There's a couple of really interesting cards, and there's already a handful of infinite combos out of this set alone because Wizards is really good at doing that. So yeah, those are some fun ones. Coming out this month, I guess, with the pre-release being in 2 weeks, but then I guess technically next month with it being officially released. Have you guys seen any of the spoilers from Bloomborough?
I
Any
haven't.
cards that look interesting?
I purposely avoid them. Just because it's not the fact that I hate spoilers. I usually don't care unless it's something that I'm super interested in. Like Deadpool and Wolverine. Don't spoil that until I can go see it. But like with Magic, it's more of the principle of the thing. Like they don't let sets breathe anymore. like as soon as the set
Yeah.
releases, you're getting spoilers for the next one. It's like, come on, let us enjoy this set for a little bit before we start worrying about the next one.
I will be honest, I am surprised it took so long for anything from Bloomborough to spoil it, though. We knew the face commanders of the precons and like 2 other cards up until this last week.
Yeah, but this
And it
last week
wasn't
was Assassin's Creed. had
Assassin's
just
Creed,
released.
which we'll get to because there were a lot of fun cards in Assassin's Creed.
Yeah,
But I was surprised because we already have more spoilers for Duskmourn, the set after Bloomborough, at this point than we did for Bloomborough in comparison to Modern Horizons 3, which was the last big set.
yeah, it's just
Like,
it's so insane. It's Magic. I love Magic. I love the game, and I will continue to casually play it. But I don't have the time or the mental energy to keep up with it as fast as it's going. It's like
Yeah.
every month, and there's a new set coming out, whether it's a main set or it's a Universal's Beyond set or it's a specialty set. There's a set every single month, and it's just crazy
it is
how this
insane.
keeps going. Yeah.
I'm worried that there's going to be a lot of burnout here in the next couple of years if they keep this same release schedule.
I'm surprised there isn't already, honestly,
I've
because
seen a lot of talk about it on Reddit. People are starting to feel the burnout, especially with Modern Horizons 3 being as expensive as it was, and then going straight into Assassin's Creed, which had a lot of really good cards that are being played in a lot of places now. And
Is
then
that
2 weeks
standard legal?
later,
No.
not standard, modern, I believe.
Okay.
No, it's a Universes Beyond set, so it's not standard.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true. Yeah, yeah.
If it were standard legal, oh my goodness, that would be insane. There are a lot of cards in there that would just dominate.
Yeah.
I do want to share before we move on too far away from Bloomborough. This fun little card, Flubs the Fool. So it's a 3-drop green, blue, red. That's an 0/5. You can play an additional land each turn, and then for each land or spell you cast, you draw a card if you have no cards in hand. Otherwise, you discard a card. So you very quickly find yourself with no cards in hand and top decking, which I just find hilarious.
That sounds like a deck I would build.
Exactly. That's why I wanted to highlight this, because I knew Max would like it.
Okay, I'll do it.
Let me just start playing off of part of the cards, top decking everything.
Huh.
But then the other card that's really fun out of this, obviously, is the Sword of Ice and Fire and Ice reprint that is coming out as a bonus.
It's kind of cool art.
The artwork on all of these, like, here's your swamp. There's a snow. They have 3 different versions of each land. So you have snow, or maybe it's 4. It is 3. So you have lush, dead, and snow covered, and that goes for all of the land.
That's kind of cool.
You have snow covered, lush, or I guess it's supposed to be like winter, spring, and fall.
Okay.
So it's 3 different full art lands for each land set. But then, how about this card? Tell me, is this going to get abused in a lot of decks or not?
As 3 Tree City enters, choose a creature type. Tap for a colorless. For 2 and tap, choose a color. Add an amount of mana of that color equal to the number of creatures. What?
Oh, goblins and elves have a 13th way to just count every creature on your board as mana.
Wilson!
Bears?
I like bears. I'm gonna make bears better by putting in 3 Tree City.
Because this won't ever get abused in tribal decks. You have all three different, or this one does have four. This one does actually have winter, spring, summer, and fall.
I do like it, it's good for the theme of the deck, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean the set.
Yeah, that's what I meant. What I meant, not what I said.
Yep. There does seem to be a lot of good cards in here that are gonna end up getting various levels of abuse in Commander in general, but then um let's say you're playing a fairy deck in standard, and I'm just gonna take out 3 lands and replace it with 3 trees. City.
That's insane.
And look at all this mana I suddenly have. But it's very fun. It looks like it's gonna be a really fun set.
It's a poor man guy's cradle.
It is.
Honestly.
There's just a lot
But
of really fun 1-drops too that are coming out with this. So
yeah,
there's a lot. I'm interested to see what people in the shop end up building, because we have a lot of very creative deck builders in our shop.
true.
Um, moving on. There's only really, I want to talk about like 2 cards in Duskmourn that we've had spoiled so far.
Sure.
Um, one of them is this fun. We've talked about it a little bit in the shop, but this is the Doomsday Excruciator. Once we get it pulled up, how about a 6 black pip? Exile all but the bottom 6 cards of your library. Face down. You don't. It is very fun.
What the? Okay.
And then it hurts yourself too, because notice at the very bottom, at the beginning of your upkeep, draw a card, which means you're going to draw 2 cards. Once you play this, you have 3 turns while it is alive.
Huh.
So that's like the big one. And then I really like the lands out of this set too. For those who don't know, Duskmourn is meant to mimic or is a new plane that takes place all within one singular mansion, and it is supposed to be kind of similar to old 80s and 90s horror films. There is one more. How about this card? How about a 3-drop that when it deals damage to a player or to any other target, if a player is dealt damage, they cannot gain life for the rest of the game. This is a 3-drop with haste.
That seems disgusting.
How about turn 2, I hit the life gain deck with this and ruin their whole game. Because you do not get to gain life for the rest of the game.
That is disgusting, and burn it.
Oh, there's a lot of, so like I said, this is very focused on old school 80s and 90s horror. There's so far not many cards leaked, but what has been leaked is very on theme and looks like it will be an interesting set. But as far as upcoming sets, that's all I've got. Did you guys go through any of the Assassin's Creed cards?
I haven't, just because I haven't. Like I never. So
I
I never.
haven't because I had to sell it.
Fair.
I haven't played any of the Assassin's Creed games, so it's not like super. Oh my god, I need to have it kind of situation. And generally, I just don't. I try not to get invested in stuff that I don't care about. You know what I
That's
mean?
fair.
Like
Oh yeah.
I don't necessarily agree with the whole universes beyond thing in general, because I think it dilutes the uh what you call it, lore of magic. But it just so happens that every universes beyond set they put out until this one, I've had a vested interest in because I like the IP. So
Doctor Who, Warhammer. I'm trying to think of other ones that they did that were full sets.
well, so not even the whole set, like Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah, Lord of the Rings.
Even the D&D ones are technically Universes Beyond.
But it's owned by WotC.
It's still it's still a
Oh
thing.
yeah, I agree.
So
Don't forget about Transformers.
Transformers did
yeah.
come with Brothers War.
I'm trying the camera again.
It's still
Okay.
frozen.
Oh, great.
Did you
Never mind,
plug it back in?
Yeah, I'll just go fuck myself.
We won't talk too much about it. Those who are into Magic and did like the set, you guys already know a lot about it. I have 2 new favorite cards that came out of this set. Tax Collector. They're not new, they got reprints. Tax Collector and Reconnaissance.
What do those do?
So Tax Collector is a 2-drop white creature. When it enters the battlefield, you get to choose one of 2 things. Make spells your opponents cast cost 1 extra until your next turn, or detain something until your next turn.
Okay.
Then Reconnaissance is for 0 cost. You can for 0 cost, you can remove an attacking creature you control from combat and untap them. Those are both white. One of the new decks that I built last week was using Felia something Shepherd from Modern Horizons 3. Little 2-drop mono white dog with flash. When it attacks, you exile a card, a non-land permanent, from the battlefield until the beginning of your end step. So after Assassin's Creed came out, I remixed that deck a little bit. I put Reconnaissance in there, and I put a handful of other Assassin's Creed cards, but specifically Tax Collector. And I had a very disgusting game where turn 1 is Reconnaissance, because it's a 1-drop. Turn 2, I flashed, turn 2 I didn't play anything because the end step of the player before me, I flashed out Felia, my commander. And then on my turn 3, I played the Tax Collector, making everything cost 1 extra, attacked with Felia, flickering the Tax Collector. So now everything on turn 3 costs 2 extra mana to cast. And I just put a stop to my opponent's games for an entire turn. And I made it worse.
That sounds like cancer.
And I made it worse because up until I got a card that was life gain on ETB, I was just flickering the Tax Collector. So I just kept delaying their turns by 1 over and over and over again.
That sounds so bad. I'd be so
Mono
mad.
white flicker.
I'd be so mad. Oh my god.
It was very. They were annoyed by it, but they also were just. They thought it was hilarious that that's a strategy I could actually abuse in order to win.
I'm a blue player, so I would have just countered it.
Flickering.
I'm kidding.
Count still.
That's the fun thing, though, is that you either have to counter the cast of the Tax Collector or of my commander, and if you don't know the other one or the other's coming, then which one do you gut reaction counter the commander who's gonna flicker it, or do you wait and see if the Tax Collector's coming out?
I honestly would probably just let it sit there and laugh my ass off.
As everything continues to cost more and more and more.
So since we're talking about Magic and stuff like that, I'm gonna skip to Pokemon, the better card game.
Yes.
I'm actually not gonna talk about any of the upcoming sets.
What?
And there's a reason. because they're not in English, I don't want to showcase them since we don't know exactly what they do.
We do have Shrouded Fable in English.
Yes, but I would rather do them both at the same time.
Fair.
If you need to know, Shrouded Fable has a gold earthen vessel. If you pull it, you give it to me. Nice.
Shrouded Vessel also does have a really nice Houndoom art, as well as the Duskull evolution line.
So I want to not emphasize, but I actually want to talk about the cards of the, I guess, last 2 weeks. So we're gonna start with the magic card Bristly Bill. I'm pulling it up.
Ah, yes. The
And-
thing that has gotten me a lot of hate at tables recently.
Not that screen, this one. All right. So Bristly Bill, let's hear about it, Ray.
So Bristly Bill is a very fun card. It's probably the first like commander deck I actually built from scratch the moment the card was in my hand. I pulled 3 Bristly Bills during Outlaws, between the 2 pre-release nights and the 2 boxes that I bought myself. Bristly Bill is a 2-drop that gets +1/+1 counters on any creature you control whenever a land enters the battlefield. And you're in mono green. So you can get 5 or 6 land drops in a single turn. And you already have big stompy creatures. And you're in mono green, which means you have access to Hardened Scales and Kami of Whispered Hopes and Vorinclex Monstrous Raider, and the most famous of all, Doubling Season. So you play 1 land, and suddenly, with all of the cards in the right position, your 2-drop 2/2 commander has 32 +1/+1 counters on it.
Yeah.
And it hits hard. And then the secondary ability for 5 mana, which again, you're in mono green if you run him as your commander. 5 mana on turn 3. Pretty simple to do. 5 mana on turn 2 is pretty simple to do. You can just double the number of counters on each creature you control. Not a target creature, but every single one of them. So this deck has like 1 of 2 ways to play. I play it as a super Voltron. I'm just gonna swing at you with the highest I've gotten Bill is somewhere in the 8 million range.
So
I'm
it's
just
like,
swing-
it's like proliferate on crack.
It is. I'm gonna swing an 8 million Bristly Bill with trample at your face.
Lol
Block with
fuck.
8 million. Block with 8 million and 1 squirrels.
That there is one way that Bill does get countered, and that is Death Touch. I had a game stall out where I was very high in counters on Bill, and due to Death Touch, I did not want to swing.
I did get up to a couple 100 million Scoot Swarm at one point.
Yep.
That's
the other thing. You're in mono green. There's a lot of other landfall in mono green.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But the other way that you can do Bristly Bill is spread those counters out onto a lot of large stompy creatures, like maybe a Greater Hoof Behemoth, or any of the giant green dinosaurs that come with trample already in their text. And you just swing with 17 creatures that are all at 500.
It's so crazy.
True. Okay, so that was Bristly Bill. Thank you, Ray.
Yep.
Sounds like a robot again.
Yeah, I think so. It could be-
Okay, so we'll switch over. Ray gave me the card Shed Ninja, and this is the one that I found. Okay, so for a lot of people that don't know, this was made in the Wizards of the Coast era, and you can tell by this little symbol right here.
Forgot Wizards
the
used
card-
to be the ones who did Pokemon.
They did. So the card is just beautiful. All these little specks right here, those are actually like the foil pattern. I'm not really going to talk about like what the card does because I mean it was made in 2003. It's not allowed to be played in like literally any format. So but the card art is just beautiful. And Shed Ninja is one of those cards that or one of those Pokemon that no one really cares. Right? But it's cool. People sleep on it, man. And the card art is beautiful. Like how could you not love this? And
Especially
anything from
with the
this
foiling.
Yeah, anything from this era, the Wizards of the Coast with this type of foiling is just beautiful. Let me close out of that. Ew, magic. But otherwise there's not much to say about Shed Ninja.
He's a cool
We could
Pokemon.
look at
There is the Sun and Moon version, which is what I thought you would actually bring up.
the Sun and Moon one.
Should be, it's a psychic. Is it Sun and Moon? Yeah, Lost Thunder.
This one?
Yeah.
Once during your turn, you may discard all cards attached to this Pokemon and attach it to one of your Pokemon as a Pokemon tool card. When the Pokemon this card is attached to is knocked out, your opponent takes one fewer prize cards. Yeah, it's kind of fucking dumb. I love it. I love doing really dumb decks. So, you know what? Okay, challenge accepted. I'm making a deck with this.
I saw this and I was like, Max is just going to make it to where you knock out a Pokemon and you take 0 prize cards. Because it does not say that you still take a minimum of 1.
No, I think it's great.
So put that on your basic Pokemon, throw it up into the front. Have fun only taking 0 prize cards.
Yeah, and I mean, Shed Ninja, like I said, is just one of those like Pokemon that really gets slept on.
It does.
So yeah, I think there were a couple comments in the stream, so I'm gonna go close that, and then I don't understand the multiple prize card situations. You have a shit ton of earthen vessels. Chris, give them to me.
So multiple prize cards. You have Final Evolutions have the GX, which when you knock that out, it is 2 prize cards. And then you also have the V and the VMAX Pokemon. V's give 2 prize cards, and VMAX gives 3 if you knock them out.
An easier way of explaining it, if a Pokemon has a rule box, it will generally always be more prize cards. And we can get into that. We can actually do a live stream one time. Yes, I have actually figured out a way to take 6. 6 prize cards in one knockout.
Oh no.
Yeah, but it has to be done.
That one.
It has to be done against a tag team GX.
Ah.
So it can't be in the standard format, it can only be expanded. But Greedent VMAX will when you knock out the Pokemon with the attack done from this, it lets you take 2 more prize cards. And Arceus, Dialga, and Palkia GX tag team lets you take 1 more prize card if you use the GX move. Scott, let's wake up, dog.
I'm awake.
Yeah.
I'm listening.
So if you pair up the Arceus, Dialga, and Palkia, like the ability stacks for the rest of the game. So you take an extra prize card. When you knock out a Pokemon, the tag team GX, you take 3 already. So that's 4 with the thing. And if you knock it out with the Greedent VMAX, you take 2 more, so that's 6, and you win the game.
In a single KO.
In a single KO. It's really hard to pull off. It is. But it's funny.
It is funny.
So I guess we could talk about
Go ahead.
because we've only got 30 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
So if anyone is in the chat and wants to ask us some questions, we're more than welcome to hear them out.
I have a question
But I
for
think-
you, Max.
Oh God. Okay.
No, it's actually on topic because we're talking about you were talking about tag team, which is something that hasn't shown up in a while, so therefore it's in expanded. What are some older Pokemon rule sets that have kind of fallen by the wayside that you'd like to see again? Like the tag teams, like just any of that sort of thing.
There were okay. It's for everybody that has come to the store. Everyone knows I hate break cards. Absolutely hate break cards because they always printed. It was like half a Pokemon card, and there was no bottom half. Let's see. I'll actually pull up an image of one of the cards that I'm going to be talking about. It's going to take me a little bit though.
Go ahead and shoot some questions while Max is looking for this.
I have to pull up 2 TCG tabs. But there were these things called legends.
Oh, yeah.
They were from oh god, how old are they?
You're gonna tell me
Let's
they're
see.
from like Diamond and Pearl.
They're from 2010, so yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm surprised. I didn't think I'd get it right.
So I'm going to pull up the images right now. Sorry, I totally am just getting off track with this stuff.
You're good.
Okay.
I have one after you have finish yours. I have a thing that I'd like to see back in Pokemon that
Okay.
I'll bring up later.
Okay, so this is a legend card. This is the top half. Look at that art.
That is very nice art.
Yeah, and so this is the top half of the card. This is the bottom half of the card. So when both of these cards are in your discard pile, then you can put them onto your bench as one whole.
So it's like V-Union.
Interesting.
It's like
Like-
V Union, but this is cooler.
Because
Because-
not 4 cards.
It's not 4 cards and the art is way better.
The art
But-
is super cool.
There was one, it was Palkia and Dialga, where it would be like oh man, I can't remember what it did. But it was super fun. I tried it. It didn't work out the way I wanted it to. 'Cause you're kind of rocking with some old stuff. It just wasn't working. Oh no, it's not where you put them in your discard. It's when you have both of them in your hand.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
My bad.
Oh, it's even
You have to
better.
have both. Yeah.
Now, can you go and grab these? Or back in the day, would you been able to grab them? Like, what Pokeball would you need in order to grab these?
Probably
they're
just a
not-
Great Ball.
Basics.
Yeah, I would think just Great Ball.
Catch them with a Master Ball on top in the top 7.
Yeah, like stuff like that. But that's just what I was really. These are the cards I kind of want back. Like, and the one thing about Pokemon, and I will say this until they stop doing it, they've really, really stepped up their artwork in the
Yeah.
past year and a half.
Yeah.
Oh
it's
my
been
goodness.
great.
These cards that are coming out are just beautiful.
We're not
And
going to
this
talk
is-
about it because it's in a set that we don't have in English yet. But there are cards coming out in Stellar Crown that are gorgeous, and they have this amazing rainbow border on them.
Exactly.
Uh,
Chris says break cards are super popular right now due to the hollow error. I still don't care. I
We
hate
want
I
them to
hate
be
that.
legal again.
I hate the fact that there was no bottom. That's all I cared about. It is nice that less popular cards are getting full art. Exactly. And it's Pokemon that like people don't generally like know about. Like Beware. Beware is coming out in the next set. Shrouded
Yep.
Fable.
As a
And that
really nice
card
full
looks
art.
That card looks so like
it really does.
weird. But some of the weird things that Pokemon has been doing is they basically like Articuno needs an EX. Hey Jimmy, do me a favor. Never. The
No.
so it's basically like the card is being I can't remember what the actual like what you call it, but it's like everything around it is like Oh man, I'm trying to think.
Satire.
Uh,
We're almost there.
you know, like the Cramorant, Ray.
Yes.
That's what I'm trying to say. Ray, your
Yeah.
camera is messed up.
Yeah, what happened to your camera?
I have no idea. It still looks fine on my end.
Really doesn't.
That's
You should
weird. I mean,
turn it off and on again. Yeah.
I'll give it a second while I pull up that Cramorant.
Yeah, thank you. I'm trying to remember what it's called that I'm trying to think about, like the actual like photo way of saying it, but Chris said try shutting off your brain and turning it on again. Shout out Scott.
I do
Dude,
that all the
Tangela needs
time.
an EX. No, Tangrowth needs an EX, so that way I can get another full art Tangela. But no, I think having like a Tangrowth EX would be super cool. Like stuff like that. Like give like better cards. Scott, what was that?
Well, I don't know what you're talking about.
I think giving cards like new, better versions would be so cool because we're kind of just sitting with like Greninja and like Charizard and stuff like that. A Saucebuck EX, Crustle, yes, cards that like a Pokemon that no one really cares for, like Tangela. Shout out me for having a Tangela binder.
Don't look at me. My favorite Pokemon is Eevee and the Eeveelution.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I don't need to spend $900 on a single card just because it's pretty.
But Moonlight Umbreon is glorious.
There you go.
One day.
It's actually called Moonbreon.
Yeah,
But
get it
okay.
right? Moonbreon.
But no, I mean, I'm just very, very happy with like the product that's been coming out.
You're talking about the Twilight Masquerade Cramorant?
Yes.
Yeah, where it's like the focal point. of the
Yeah.
card, and everything around it is just still really busy.
Blurred. Yeah.
Yeah. I do.
Um.
Twilight Masquerade full art cards.
Scott, are there any Pokemon that you're hoping will get like a reprint or anything soon? Or like think of a Pokemon that you want that you think should get like an EX.
Hitmonchan. Give me an EX Hitmonchan. Or Hitmonlee.
Dude, that would be so cool.
Honestly.
I want Twilight Masquerade sucks. Worst set, honestly, kind of mid, but it's like the competitive wise, it's really good. I would love like a Hitmonchan, or I would really like a Terra type Kabutops.
Okay.
Where it's not fighting type, where it's actually like
cool.
It would be like dark or psychic type.
Yeah, no,
that would be really cool.
That would actually be sick.
Pokemon, if you're hiring, I'm probably better at making the cards than half of your employees, so shoot me a message. But I think, well, like Chris said it earlier, like she's having a hard time like trying to keep up with the sets that are coming out, and yes and no, because Pokemon does a good thing where all the standard sets come out like decently spaced, and sometimes they'll throw in like a subset, like 151 or this new one, Shrouded Fable. It's not it's not like a mainline set, it's like a subset.
Yeah.
Jimmy says we need a new Scott card. There is actually a card just called Scott.
Yeah, I have it. Hang on. I have it in my special cards drawer.
I want to shout out to this combo, the Electivire and Magmortar combo. I want to see more of that.
Where like cards bounce off of each other and stuff.
Yeah, I think that's so cool.
Yeah, I would love to have stuff like. I would also just like to see like a bunch of Max's potions earlier this week. Nice. Sweet. I would love to just see more Pokemon that like are less known from older gens getting reprints. Like honestly, where's my Feraligatr EX?
Honestly,
Seriously?
Feraligatr,
Meganium, Typhlosion.
Mm-hmm.
But no, we'll get 16 Charizards. It's cool. I okay, Chris, I know Charizard's your favorite Pokemon, but it's getting overdone. And
It
it's like
is.
it's the sad truth.
the fact
'Cause
that of all of the sets that I've participated in Pokemon for have all had a very, very powerful Charizard in them, or a like a high dollar value full art or something. I've been playing Pokemon since Christmas. Shout out to my wife who let me get into it.
Shout
Yeah.
out for good
And
wives.
since then,
Shout out Gertrude.
that was with 151 and I'm trying to remember the
Paradox Rift.
Paradox Rift. It was with Paradox Rift and 151. And since then, almost every set has had either a high power, like this is a really good card that is Charizard, or this is a really pretty card that is Charizard.
Yeah,
Granted,
and it's just
151 had it for all three starters, but still.
yeah. It's
Oh.
so it's just getting to the point where it's like
Here's my
yeah,
best
shout
card.
out. Yeah, that's for a lot of people that don't know, that's Isak. He's the one that won 27 straight tournaments at the store. Shout out Isak. But it's like the some of the cards are taking away from other cards that could be highlighted as well. And that's why I think that the trainer galleries are a really, really good option. I know they're called like illustration rares. They're going to be called trainer galleries for as long as I'm alive.
Yeah.
But they do a really great job of giving us different options too. And not every deck is the same, which is great.
What
thought-
I was
Found it.
explaining.
Scott even looked
Nice.
like you.
Yeah.
I was kind of explaining Pokemon deck building to Puffer the other night, and I was like, there's a card for almost every Pokemon. The problem is that some of them are support Pokemon. Umbreon is a support Pokemon. You're playing Umbreon to have a version of Boss's Order. Can you
Yeah.
use Umbreon as an attacker? Sure. It's not going to be great. And other Pokemon are just there to be the star of the deck that hits hard and actually wins you the game.
Yeah, and that's really hard for some people to understand. So the first thing that I always say when someone says I want to like get into Pokemon, I go, "Okay, what's your favorite Pokemon?" That is the first thing I always say. Because
You-
then I'll be able to build a deck around your favorite Pokemon, and that way it'll be something you like. Sharpedo, let's see. Okay, I'm going to look at TCG Player right now and see if I can make Sharpedo deck.
Sharpedo would be cool.
Yeah, we need like a Sharpedo card, man.
Honestly, Sharpedo looks sick. And
He does.
deserves. He's just a sick looking Pokemon, just in general. So definitely needs a card. Like an EX.
I could-
Or...
Like
I could
scrolling-
definitely do a Sharpedo card, or I could definitely do a Sharpedo deck for you.
You know what? I'm curious to see what they do. I wasn't playing the TCG when this game came out, but what was the sets around Legends Arceus like?
I don't think there was one, was there?
There were a couple, but honestly, they didn't really like.
They didn't highlight
Involve-
the game in any way.
Yeah, because Legends Arceus is like. How do you explain it?
Pseudo Gen 2,
Yeah, it
I think it was.
they mainly cover.
Or
Isn't
Gen
it like
4.
it's like a sub game in a sense?
Kinda, yeah.
It's not mainline. Where Pokemon really mainline, or whenever they make sets, they do it around like the mainline games.
Right.
JD in the YouTube chat says Weedle. Hey, I could do it. But I think like just having all these Pokemon would be really, really cool. And like, okay, I'm sorry, but stop printing Charizards.
There
Like,
are
it's-
other Pokemon that look just as cool that could use more cards.
Yeah,
Correct.
like when I have to put a Pikachu online to sell and I have to go through 600 different copies of Pikachu, it makes me want to lose my marbles.
All right, you're never gonna
But-
get away from Pikachu though, because that's the mascot of the.
That is the
entire
mascot.
franchise.
Yeah, we take those. But like
Unfortunately.
but also it's like the same thing with Charizard. Like let's look at how many different Charizard printings there are. 346.
346.
Dude,
well-
I found a Doctor Who collector pack in my desk drawer.
Is it?
You should open it. Open it. Open it. Open it.
Let's go. Show us what you
Pack
found.
opening.
Okay. I'll open it.
That is something we might be doing for the next couple of sets of Pokemon.
It's just
Yes,
a
I
sampler
will
pack,
definitely-
So there's like 3 cards.
Yeah, but still.
Okay.
I'll definitely when we get Shroud of Fable, I'll definitely open them on stream.
I'd love to do some pack openings.
I'm gonna rip the energies.
Let's do it.
13th Doctor.
Ooh. I actually think I need that one.
Okay.
Dibs.
And Sky Cloud Expanse.
Hey, not bad.
Yeah.
Right.
Cool. I love the Doctor Who cards. That's the only reason I got into Magic, and then when I got bored of them, I got out of Magic.
It says the one with the deck you play from Upside Down, pretty much.
Yeah. River Song, which
It's
was from
River
Doctor Who.
Song. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Which
going
totally
through this-
fits.
I'm going through this drawer of just like random cards that have been given to me. I got a lot of shit in here. God damn.
I love God damn it, Max, stop ripping cards. No, I
Well-
have so many energies.
The shop has so many. Too. While we're on the semi Pokemon topic, we did get in, and I don't know how soon we were wanting to do this. We have the raid boss set up for Pokemon. Jimmy and I were looking at it the other day.
Oh really?
Oh,
Yeah. So it's a 4v1 PvE
So it's kind of like the Horde decks for Magic.
yes.
for Pokemon. Yeah.
That's
So,
awesome.
and it's really interesting because it's Pikachu. I don't remember. There's 3 different raid Pokemon you can face.
If it's not
And it's
Surfing
cool
Pikachu, I don't care.
It's Gigantamax Pikachu.
Sad time.
Jimmy will probably jump in the chat and say what the other 2 are. But we were looking at them, and it looks really interesting. I'm very curious to see how that works because it's just something different. You don't see a lot of different game modes for Pokemon in the same sense as Magic. So
I love Pokemon, man.
we were talking about like cards we want to see come back real quick. Star Pokemon, where it's the shiny
God.
versions.
Yeah, the star Pokemon that are like $900 a piece.
Right. I would like to see more of those
I honestly,
like come out, or like shiny art. Where it is
yeah,
just
and they do
shiny
that.
cards.
They do that every couple of years where they'll do like Paldean Fates, Hidden Fates, and Shining Fates,
Oh,
and
that's
it always gives us the baby shinies and stuff like that. But I don't hate the idea of like the star Pokemon, but I don't want it to be like too much
yeah,
in a set, you know?
right.
Because if you're gonna keep up with the illustration rares and like everything like that, adding star Pokemon would just feel like too much.
Right.
But if they took away the trainer galleries for a set and did star, I would totally love that.
And like you do it one every like
2
maybe
years.
2 in a year.
Yeah,
one,
like
one every year.
it's Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan. It's my favorite card.
We had set up a little bit of like roast this tier list of Pokemon cards, and one of the cards on there was the star cards. And I was just kind of looked into it. Yeah, they're all expensive. But then I was thinking about it's like, cool, I think the only shiny Pokemon card I've seen is I have a Korean Ditto out of Shining
Mhm.
Heroes. That is
Do you want to pull up
blue
that
instead
list?
of purple. Yeah, we can pull up the list to be roasted.
I think it'd be funnier if we had Scott roast them.
All right. So this is quote unquote from Dot Esports, the 20 best Pokemon cards of all time.
Oh God. Okay.
And they are kind of, they have subcategories, but they are ranked. There are 20 cards. Number
Okay.
20 is original Blastoise for best rare holo card.
Can you pull up the stream or
Yeah,
can
I'll
you
stream
stream it? Okay.
I mean,
So we're talking about this one here.
yeah, I don't hate this. I don't hate that.
So
I really
number
don't
20,
hate that.
best rare
I
holo.
think
But I think
I
it's
actually
more of
think that's wrong.
well, it's more of a nostalgia hit than anything.
All right, Max, best rare holo.
I liked the Venusaur more,
I
but
think that's
Venusaur's
just,
my favorite.
Okay.
yeah, I was gonna say
That's
I think that's
personal
just personal preference.
Yeah,
Oh.
okay. Chris said Charizard's better. Chris, get the hell out of my chat.
So I wanted to ask about this one because I thought it was interesting. N is number 19 for best band game changer. So N says each player shuffles his or her hand into
Can you
their
zoom
deck.
in a
And
little bit on it?
yeah, see if I can. I'll just
Like-
open the image. Does that help?
Not
Yeah.
really.
Well, it's fine.
It's fine.
So N says each player shuffles his or her hand into her deck, and then each player draws a card for each of the remaining prize cards. And I read that, and I'm like, why is this banned? It's just Iono.
Yeah. Don't know.
How
The
was
best
this
band.
I mean, I guess I don't know when this came out exactly. I can read that it came out in 2016. So what about this
Yeah.
card in 2016 was so good it had to be banned?
I don't know because you had
No.
like, I mean, well, even
That's
before
what
that,
it
you had-
was.
what?
Okay, I'm gonna backtrack a little bit. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
That Palkia and Dialga legend that I was talking about.
Yeah.
You had to like discard a couple energies from your Pokemon, but then you would add, you would take the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck and put them as their prize cards. So they would have 8 prize cards.
What the?
That's
What?
actually kind of cool.
That is.
Oh,
I like that. That's fun.
I want to see more shit like that.
Yeah. So the N, I don't really know. You want to talk about best band cards though.
Yeah, what do you got, Max?
Honestly, the best band card is Puzzle of Time.
What was that? Which
let
was
me
that?
let me pull it up. What?
While you pull that up, the best star card was Rayquaza Star.
No.
Number 8. Good old Rayquaza Star, 90 HP.
I actually don't disagree with that. I love that card.
Mm-hmm. It's a good one.
So I've got Puzzle of Time pulled up. I'm just gonna read it.
Okay.
It says you may play 2 Puzzle of Time cards at once. If you played 1 card, look at the top 3 cards of your deck and put them back in any order. If you played 2 cards, 2 Puzzle of Times, put 2 cards from your discard pile into your hand.
So do you get, if you play 2, do you get both?
Yes.
That's
No, if you play 2, you only get 1. But
okay.
putting stuff from the discard like stadiums
Right.
or tool
Pokemon
cards.
tools.
Yeah, or bills.
Good old Bill.
Unknown.
Best band card of all time. Bill. The old Bill, the non-trainer Bill.
Yeah. All right. What's the next little subset?
Number 17 is Chansey for best shadowless card.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Number 16, Poliwrath for best early print card. So they're saying it is the
Mm.
best out of the original Japanese base set.
No, Tangela.
Of course, you're going to say Tangela. So according to this, part of the reason why it is classified here is because it did not have a rarity symbol. As of right now, there are 3 copies that are known to be had, and the last one sold in 2020 for $25,015.
Through the Tapu Lele GX card.
Lele GX is best for competitive matches. And I
Well-
had to read this one. I was like, okay.
You
This
are
does not
getting
help at all.
robot-y, sir.
My bad. Is that better?
Give it a second, maybe.
Yep.
Okay,
Tapu Lele
there you go.
GX. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to your bench, you may return during your turn. You may search your deck for a supporter card and reveal it, putting it to your hand. Then shuffle your deck. And I think just that right there, fetching a supporter, is what made it really good. I mean, I see that it says that now, but I was just trying to take a guess.
Yeah, so at the time when Tapu Lele GX came out, it wasn't like very common that you could just easily go grab like a supporter from your library. And so Tapu Lele GX was used in about almost every deck. And now there's a bunch of different ways to do it, but yeah, that's a really good one. I agree.
All right, number 14 is blank. I don't know why. Number 13.
Same with 13.
They don't have anything there. Real quick, the best Dragon Frontiers card is Charizard Star.
I'm now looking up Dragon Frontiers.
It's just having to look at it. It says that the reason it's placed here is because during the time of release in 2004, 150 damage was a lot. Considering
Nice.
Charizard has 90 HP.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a big deal
This-
back in the day.
Dark Swirl. This Dark Swirl actually does a lot too. Like, not only is it 150, you're to discard all your energy, but you're to remove the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck. Just straight to the trash.
I will respectfully disagree.
Okay, what'd you find for us?
I will
Mareep.
disrespectfully agree.
Mareep. What makes Mareep better than Charizard?
It's not the fact that it's better. It looks cooler.
All right. Charizard EX is at number 13. Oh, I mean, this is a blank spot. This is for best fire red card.
Yeah, okay. I agree with that, honestly. Okay.
Number 12, best defensive card, Lucario and Melmetal GX.
Yes.
This is for that GX ability down there. For the rest of the game, Steel Pokemon take 30 less damage. And if you have an extra energy attached, discard all energy from opponent's active Pokemon. Let me just stall this out for a second and take less damage.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Pikachu VMAX for best designed card, the Rainbow Rare.
No.
No.
I will actually say that it's the Venusaur EX full art from
151.
151
Oh, absolutely agree.
because of the texture and the fact that the Venusaur blends in super well with the environment.
I agree with that one. Ancient
Ancient
Mew.
Mew.
For
I
most
have this.
iconic promo card.
Yes, that is true. I agree.
I can't even really think of too many other promo cards that come close to Ancient Mew.
Honestly,
Legit, none of them.
Yeah,
It's like it really nothing. Arceus V-Star for best Brilliant Star card.
If we're talking competitive wise, yeah.
Yeah, during your turn, you may search your deck for up to 2 cards. Any 2 cards.
Yeah, and then for 3 energy, 200 damage, and then search your deck for 3 basic energies and attachment to your Pokemon V in any way you like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
kinda good.
Zoroark GX for most versatile. See, and this is another interesting thing that I kind of wish would come back. The fact that it's got 3 different options. One of them is a static ability, but to have 3 things going on is kind of cool, I think. Granted, you can only use your GX once.
Mm,
What you got? What's more versatile?
Computer search.
I mean,
Town map. Is that the one that faces all your
all
prize
your
cards?
prize cards face up. I
Well,
would
that-
say that, yeah.
Or Here Comes Team Rocket. That's the same thing.
Yeah, but town map is an item.
True. Well, Here Comes Team Rocket didn't used to be a trainer.
It used to be an item, but it's now a supporter.
That's that. Yeah.
Same
That
with
is our
Bill,
number
but whatever.
8. Our number 7. Arceus Dialga and
This-
Palkia GX. We were talking about this best offensive card.
This card is actually broken, and I'll read it to you without even looking at it. So for 1 steel energy and then for 1 steel energy, your attacks for the rest of the game do 30 more damage. Or
Yep.
for 1 steel energy and 1 water energy, your attacks do 30 more damage, and when you knock out your opponent's Pokemon, you take an extra prize card. I already talked about this card.
Yeah, we talked about it
Um,
earlier.
That is
How you
it is
can
the
take
best offensive
6
card ever.
prize cards.
Yeah,
in a single
if you
attack.
so if you pair this up, and especially because it's a dragon type, if you throw a double dragon energy onto it, you're fine.
Yeah, you get to just use Altered Creation easily. Number 6, Charizard GX Rainbow Full Art for best Sun and Moon card. I mean, this blank space here, we don't know what it is.
I want to disagree
But
because I really liked the Tyranitar GX because that's one I pulled, but you know, no hate, the Charizard GX, yes.
the Charizard, that Rainbow Charizard just looked really nice.
Yeah.
When I first got into Pokemon, and even before that, when I was like passively looking at the cards thinking they look kind of cool, I'll be honest, up until recently, I was not a fan of the rainbow cards.
Yeah, it takes a lot of getting used to.
All right, number 5, Lysander's Trump card, most OP card.
Yeah, so each player takes their discard pile and shuffles it back into the deck. That's why that card's banned.
It just resets the game.
Yeah,
Essentially, without redoing prizes. Yeah.
yeah. It is the most OP card ever.
Number 4, Pikachu Illustrator for most
Yeah.
prized card.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that.
Yeah.
$5 million.
Yeah. A PSA 10 bought by Logan Paul for $5.275 million.
Insane.
Only 41 copies exist in the world, and 39 of them served as prize cards to winner of promo contest held in 97 and 90.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Mewtwo and Mew GX. Best team up card. I mean,
When did this list come out?
let me open it again in a new tab. This list was released February 24th
Of this year?
of this
Why the
year.
hell are we doing such old sets? I mean, yes, team up. Yeah.
Yeah. Is Team Up its own expansion then? Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, I can read right there, expansion from Sun and Moon. Shaman EX for best card for expanded decks.
Yeah, when you play it, you may draw a card until you have 6 in your hand. There's also another one. It's called the Dene GX that actually lets you discard your hand and draw 6 cards. That one's really good.
I mean, it kind of serves the same as B-Barrel.
Yeah, but Barrel you can do it every turn.
Right.
So Shaman is really good because you could also like flicker it away and stuff like that. But yeah,
Jamin is number 2. Any guess at what number 1's gonna be?
I swear to God, if it's Charizard, I'm
It's
gonna lose my
probably
shit.
base Charizard.
Base set Shadowless Charizard.
So thanks for
Best
watching the stream, guys. No, I'm kidding.
Best for
Uh,
collectors, base set Charizard.
And you know what's funny? That's not even the image they're showing isn't base set.
No.
And it's not even shadowless. Nice job.
I can see it. I know. Thanks for saying this is a base set Shadowless Charizard. That is neither base set nor Shadowless.
And it's barely Charizard.
You wish you had one of those. So we actually had a base set Charizard for a while. It wasn't shadowless, but I think I put it online and about 20 seconds later it sold.
Mhm.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah. We've had a couple of them actually.
Yeah.
Those old people who come in with their Pokemon and don't know what it's actually worth.
Yeah. So
Yeah, so let's talk about that.
first off, I would like to point out that this list is inherently wrong. There's not a single Urshifu in this list.
I knew you were gonna say that.
I can't say anything because there's no Tangela and there never will be.
No. Bad card.
But let's actually talk about that because well, not the set or anything like that. If you do want to sell your cards, please do me a favor, don't tell me how much your cards are worth because I will actually just laugh in your face. I don't think and I mean Scott can attest to this. The most, how do I put this? The most anal about the grading of a card, like near mint, lightly played, moderately played, heavily played, and damaged, is me. And
yeah, I'll agree with that.
no, you haven't done that, Chris. But like, I will tell you how much the card is worth. Like, we had a guy come in once and say that like he brought in like a bunch of these bulk cards and said that there was a card that was worth $200, and I looked him dead in the eye and said, "Pull it out." I like, show me the card that you're saying is worth $200, and then I'm gonna shake your hand and tell you that I will give you a crisp handshake and tell you to get the fuck out.
And this
it's-
is not to be rude. Remember, this is our job to have these in mind when we buy cards from you guys.
Yeah, but when you, so it's to the people that don't know, right? That's fine, right? I have no problem explaining it. But when you're really aggressive about the prices of your cards and you're just wrong, I'm gonna tell you, because number one, I'm me and I don't care. But also, like, then don't tell me that I'm wrong when I'm looking at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, sweet, you have a Pikachu V and you think it's worth $5. I'm gonna tell you it's worth 40 cents. Because they reprinted Pikachu to hell and back in
Mhm.
the Sword and Shield era. And it, like, I'm happy that people want to know more about like the prices of cards, and I have no problem explaining that, like, if you put a card in a sleeve, it's going to have a higher chance of getting more expensive over time. But especially when cards are like super damaged and stuff, and they're like, no, this Charizard sold for $3,000. I'm like, yeah, but it also doesn't have a gunshot through it, you know? Like, I don't know what you want me to tell you.
Yep.
Like, I'm not gonna buy the
Charizard that sold was opened and put into a binder or a sleeve and stayed there until it got sold.
It is absurd AF, the price difference between random hollow versus reverse hollows in the recent sets. Yeah, it is harder to pull some of the reverse hollows than it is the hollows. That's why. And reverse hollows look better in sleeves. So a lot of those cards, like, I can't remember what they're called. Like Snorlax from Pokemon Go. The reverse hollow is more expensive than the hollow because it looks better in a sleeve. And it's used in like stuff like actual like competitive decks and stuff like that. But like, I have no problem sitting down and telling you the price of each individual card, right? But don't get like really upset when it's not the price that you want. Same goes for Magic.
Yeah.
And
More
when
recent sets, I have no idea.
so when we're buying cards from people, like we're very upfront. Like, okay, here's the deal: we're gonna pay you this percentage, and it's gonna be low. And the reason for that is a, we sell most of these cards online, so it helps us cover the like all the fees and stuff we have to pay. Second of all, uh, we have employees to pay, we have rent to pay and stuff like that. And third of all, it's saving you the hassle of trying to sell it yourself for what it's actually worth. Like, yeah, you could sell a card that's worth $50 for $50 online, but it's going to take you a really long time to do it. And then you got to pay all your shipping fees and stuff. Whereas if you sell it to us, yeah, we're only going to pay you a percentage of that, but you get the card or you get the cash in your hand right now. So and we try to be upfront with everybody about that. Like, hey, if you want to make the money on this, don't sell it to us. Go sell it yourself. It's going to take a lot longer, but you'll get what it's worth. But if you want the cash right now, that's how it works. So
Yeah,
uh,
1000%.
yeah, we just
And again, if you have any questions, we are more than willing to answer. Like Scott said, we're super upfront.
yeah, because we really don't want people to feel like they're
Yeah, and I don't have time to beat around the bush.
exactly. So we try to be pretty fairly candid and upfront and be like, hey, this is what it's worth. I just talked to a customer today that wanted to sell us a Nintendo Switch. I'm like, okay, well, this is what the Switches are selling for right now, and this is the percentage I'll give you for it. Now, if you want to, make a trade for something that's in the store already, we can work a lot better with that. But if you want cash and you want the cash right now, this is what I'll give you. And he said he had to think on it. And I'm like, hey, dude, totally fine. Like, I understand because, again, I'm not going to give you top dollar because I have to make money too. Someday, I personally would like to get paid from the store for once. So in
Yeah.
order to do that,
Another thing I want to touch on, if you want to sell your stuff and we don't give you the price that you want, that doesn't mean that you can just go out in the parking lot and sell it. It's an unwritten, unspoken rule that, like, if you have something and you don't get the price that you want, you don't just get on a chair and say, who wants to buy this card? We've actually had that happen.
and we actually ban people for that.
Yes, it's super disrespectful to not only us, but like the environment that we give people. Yeah, and please, if you need to sell something and you decide that the price we give you is not enough, that doesn't mean, hey, I'm gonna go out in the parking lot and beg people to buy this from me. So
Correct.
yeah. Well, it is 8:15. I went a little bit longer than I wanted to. So real quick before we end the stream, July 25th will be the next Game Haven Hobby Talk. It'll be Ray and I, and we will probably shoot shit for 2 hours. I'll probably be at the store for that one because I gotta have the restream and OBS and everything.
Yep.
So if you would like to be there for that, please. We love just talking to everybody, even though Chris hates when I rip cards. Womp womp, get over it. But
Womp womp.
I love you. I love you, Chris. But yeah, so come on in, tune in.
Happening between then and now. I just remembered.
Yes.
We will be doing Two-Headed Maximum Madness tomorrow for Magic. If you haven't been in for Maximum Madness before, Max has a wheel on his phone. He spins it. He walks around. He says, "Hey, all of your lands are now creatures. All of your creatures are now lands."
Yep.
And it can mess up the entire game and keep you stuck on one turn for the next half hour. Very fun.
I get to make Magic enjoyable.
Yep. Do we have? Are we doing anything big for Pokemon next 2 weeks?
Nope.
What is next week's Magic? I do not remember.
Next week's Magic.
You had it all set up on the 19th. And don't forget, you're also always welcome to come in on a Magic night on Friday Night Magic and just play casual if that's more your thing.
You also don't have to play Magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really don't.
Tomorrow, for those who are part of it, you already know. Those who might be interested in checking it out and seeing what it is, we do run the store has a group that does a Commander Draft League, where we started with Commander's Baldur's Gate, and we kept the decks we built that night, and we have since been drafting from other sets and just building a commander deck over a couple of months out of a bunch of different sets. The one that we're currently doing is closed, but if you want to check it out, see if it's something you might be interested in joining and then into the next one, feel free to come and check it out.
How long is a quote-unquote season of Commander Draft?
I think as of right now, we are testing 6 months.
Okay.
Because that gives us month 1 being the Commander set. I think next season we're starting with Commander Masters or Commander's Double. I think is one of the 2 that we're going to start with. But then it also gives us a chance, like for this one, we started with Baldur's Gate. Last month we did Outlaws. This month we're doing Return to Ravnica. I think next month is Zendikar Rising. And then we've already said it that the final draft every season is going to be the random pack.
Unfinity.
Not Unfinity.
Dude, that'd be stupid. Oh my
We
god.
are talking about doing an Unfinity draft though. That might be in the works for next season. However, it is
the
surprise
mystery boosters.
The mystery boosters. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're ending every season on mystery boosters because it gives us a chance to look at sets that we didn't actually touch over the season, as well as a chance to throw in some high value cards to the prize pool.
Yeah, it's cool.
So, yep.
So,
I think we're looking at 6 months for that, but feel free to come in and check it out, see if it's something you're interested in, so then you can plan for that next season.
Yeah. One more thing. August 1st and August 2nd, the college is going to be doing a camp, and if you want to come hang out with me, give me money. Sweet.
Next week's Magic.
I forgot. I don't know.
Okay.
I'll say it next time we're on stream.
We're gonna say, well, next time it'll already have happened.
Nuh-uh.
We're gonna say it's casual Commander, and if
it's because it is.
It is?
I believe.
Okay, cool. So that's casual Commander. For that, feel free to come in, even if you've never played before. Like we mentioned earlier, we have beginner decks. Do we have an idea on the price for those? So people might be able to, if they want to come in and try, they know beforehand?
Not at all.
Not yet. Prices to be decided.
I'm hoping,
but it is.
I'm hoping that we can keep them around $20, but it depends on like what cards are in the deck and yada yada yada. So,
yep.
They're generally gonna be around that.
Hopefully,
I donated some of my leftover sleeves that I had from when I sold all my Magic decks. And so we'll be able to sleeve up a couple of those, and I'm pretty sure I can scrounge up more sleeves for decks.
We do
and
have
stuff
that
like
box of assorted sleeves.
Yeah, Max, don't ever mention that box to Max again.
I will throw that
he
thing.
and I looked at it and pointed out that we have it.
Next time somebody needs punished, we're just gonna make him sort sleeves.
Perfect.
Yeah, that was awful. I hated that.
But
yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's it for that.
You want to mention the Pokemon Expanded tournament, the actual tournament that you're planning?
Yeah, so it is I gotta pull up the date.
August, I want to say 13th.
It is August 17th, and
17th,
it starts
that's right,
at
it's a
4
Saturday.
p.m. The expanded tournament is everything from black and white and up. We will try to do some like neat little things during that. But yeah, just come in, hang out. It's on a Saturday, so it gives us an extra day, Chris, to play more Pokemon.
Yeah.
This will be a more competitive tournament, I will say that. So
Cool. All right. We're
I
gonna end this
definitely
stream.
am thinking about playing in it. Yeah.
We only went 20 minutes over. That's not that bad. So
20 minutes is a very long time.
well, it depends on what you're doing, who you're asking. But anyway,
Mm-hmm.
thank you everybody for your support. Thanks for watching tonight. Thanks for coming in and spending your hard-earned money. We really appreciate it. We don't make a lot of money on this store because we don't do it about the money. It's really about the community. So, um, we hope everybody just comes in and enjoys themselves and can kind of become a part of our family. So, thanks.
Yes, it's at 4 p.m. on the 17th. Sorry. Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, we're gonna get out of here because we've taken up enough of Max and Ray's day off, and I've got some stuff to do before we close tonight. So, thank you for supporting your local game store, and we'll see you. Well, I won't see you for a month, but Max and Ray will be here in 2 weeks. So, see you later.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
See ya.